Alright. Yo, what's up guys? The Insane Game Freak here to bring you another discussion video. And I figured, in spite of all the hatred and anger that's been going towards the chapters that I've been hearing of anyway, the joys of showing Joe Alpha, I don't have to deal with this shit. I figured I'd do a fun discussion. You know, something that almost every anime fan can just conversate on and not be like, oh, you have to be caught up to a certain point. Because this literally applies to any anime that you've watched that you've enjoyed to this level. Essentially, I'm just going to be talking about favorite anime hype moments. What favorite anime hype moments are moments in a series that you watch the episode or the scene and or a movie even, and you just went and you just got so excited, you were jumping out of your seat, just fucking, you were ready. You were fucking ready. Like, I mean that's the way I refer to it as, because it's like you ready to just like punch the wall or some shit. Like you want to go outside and break a tree or some shit because how ridiculous it's like. There are scenes in anime that get you hyped to that point where you just want to just wreck every goddamn thing. So I figured, let's just talk about these now. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to talk about every scene because some scenes stick in my mind better than others. But we're going to talk about as many as we fucking can. I'm not trying to make this video too long because the discussion is actually really simple, so there's no reason to drag this out for an extensive long time. Unfortunately, knowing me, this video will probably be like 80 minutes long, and I'll be sitting here screaming like an asshole. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first hype moment is an oldie but a goodie. You can't really hate this moment because almost every anime fan has seen this moment for the most part. The first moment we'll talk about is from Pokemon the first movie. Now, for people who've seen my Pokemon movie list, you know that this isn't even my favorite movie. This is like my 5th favorite movie. But there's a particular scene in it that is cool as fuck, but isn't as cool as it could be because of the scene right after it. It's the scene where like all the hope is lost, like the clone Pokemon are about to like fuck some niggas up, and then like you see this fucking explosion come out the left, and you see Ash walking like a beast out there with all the original Pokemon. You're just like, oh no, oh no. And I don't remember this specifically, but I believe he turned his hat backwards. And the reason why I say that is because if anyone's seen the meme or if you've seen the Pokemon series, you know when Ash turns his head around, shit is going down. The nigga turned his head around, and this was, to me, this is still probably one of the most famous moments in Pokemon history. It's the only time you ever see Ash actively looking like he's about to punch the shit out of a Pokemon. And you know why I said the scene after it kind of ruins this moment a little bit. But you see this little scene, he runs up, and he walks up to him, and he's just like, Mewtwo, and I'm like, oh no! And then, obviously, because Mewtwo's a psychic Pokemon and he's a G, he just caught that nigga mid-punch and threw his ass across the goddamn building. You know, also turned cutesy because he was saved by a bubble. I mean, that's the only thing that really ruins that scene. I don't know, it was just a great moment. Like when you're 10 and you see that shit, it's just like, alright, we're going in. I think I was like 9 or 8 when I saw that scene, because Pokemon, the first movie came out in 99 and I was born in 91, so I probably was like 8 or 9 when I saw that scene. It was beast as hell. I got up at my seat. I was like, we're going in. I was like, if you've been in the movie theater, all of the kids, we were so excited. Because I was cool as shit. Nigga just ran up on him. We were like, oh no. I mean, obviously, catching psychic power ruined the scene, but if he had actually hit Mewtwo, I would have been floored. That will literally probably be like that moment would have been repeated so many times, and the moment's still repeated on the internet, even though it's not as epic as it could be. So, oldie but a goodie, fucking love that scene. Okay, next scene. I'm just gonna I want to jump into it. But I gotta talk about some Naruto Part 1 scenes. The particular one I want to really talk about. And for some reason, when it gets into like shonen, I have this tendency to like really like quoting certain speeches and shit. Like, I'm gonna quote a few other ones, but this is like one of my favorite scenes. And it's honestly not even one of the most, it's a popular fight. It's not the most popular fight. There's 2 of them actually. The first one I'm gonna quote is the Naruto versus Neji fight. That fight was great, period. But the ending of that fight was beast as shit. Cause it's like, you see like Neji, he looked like he fucked up Naruto cause Naruto on the ground, he's like curled up in a fetal position. And he's like, ha. And then all of a sudden, you see this fucking fist come out of the ground and it's like a Shoryuken. The nigga just did a shirt like point, I was so solidified with Naruto. It was just like, nigga came out the ground with a Shoryuken and uppercutted the fuck out of Neji. To the point where Neji was just on the ground. He was just like, ah. And then I love the speech that comes right after, because he's like, just for your information, I failed the entrance exam 3 times because there's this one jutsu that I can never really master. That's right. The jutsu I couldn't master was a Shao Clone jutsu. And then she's like, oh, what the fuck? He's like, so don't give me any of that destiny crap. Because if I can do it, you can do it too. Because after all, unlike me, you're not a failure. And I was like, favorite moment. Fuck. Like, that was it. I was done. I mean, mind you, Naruto's had cool moments before that, but that was like it. At that point, I was like, okay, that's it. We're good. We're in this for the long haul. Like, fucking right. That was great. Love that moment. Now, can I say that for the later half of the series? Yeah, but still, fucking great moment. The next Naruto moment I love is and Jay brought this up in Underrated Fights, is Choji versus Jirobo. I could quote almost that ending fight almost exactly, give or take a few words. Because it was like Choji's first time fighting, and then he's like, it's the first time we see him go in the butterfly form, and Jirobo tries to like side hit him, and he's like, and he catches the fist, he's like, that won't work on me anymore, because now I'm 1,000 times stronger than I was before. And he turns around and lays that nigga out, and then all of a sudden he's like 2 feet in front of him, even though he just pushed him like 20 feet across the goddamn field. He's like, people hold grudges when you take something that's important to them, for instance, their food. That first punch was for taking the last bite of my favorite snack. And he's like, and this next punch, I was like, no! Bah! He's like, it's for calling me names like Tubby, Fatso, and Loser. I can stand being picked on, but for what you did is unforgivable. And then they do all the flashbacks where like Jirobo was talking shit to Shikamaru, and you were just like, he's like, oh, I love that moment. He's like, I'm actually gonna tire myself out because these are great fucking moments. But he's like, that was my best friend, and you insulted him. It's like, I don't mind being picked on, but when you mock my best friend and his hand grew up with chakra, he's like, I will obliterate you. And he's like, all the chakra to my left hand, even though I know this is my left hand, but to my left hand because I'm right-handed, so I can't do that. And he's like, and Jirobo's being a bitch at this point, and he's just kind of like, and then the nigga tried to get up and he stepped on his hand and he was like, this last attack is worth my whole life. And he just like laid that nigga out. And I was like, alright, there we go, Choji. We need to see more of that Choji. That was beast. And then obviously we know the disappointment that followed that for Shippuden, but that's besides the point. That shit was great. Fucking love those moments. Obviously there are some Beast Rock Lee moments too. But those are like, I like the Rock Lee moments, but I think those Naruto and Choji moments really, really solidified the characters. Where Rock Lee, I consistently like that character. Even though in retrospect, he hasn't won a fight technically in the damn series. Except for that BS mock fight with Sasuke. Because literally he hasn't won anything else by himself. That's besides the point. Now obviously we gotta get to One Piece. Ironically, the scene that sticks out in my head the most in terms of hype scenes was the fucking Usopp getting hit with like the 4-ton bat, and then him getting up and being like, sometimes a man can't just run away. And that time is when when his friend's dreams are laughed at. He's like, Luffy isn't dead. He'll be Pirate King someday. And I will never let that be made fun of. Never. And he was cool. It was awesome. He looked so beast and shit. And then he proceeded to whoop the fuck out of a mole woman and a big ass retarded dude with a bat. This was great. It was fucking great. Some of my other favorite moments is probably the Bellamy punch. I think that's like one of the most famous scenes because of it's one of the few times Luffy one-shots a nigga, and it's in the most beast way possible, especially because all that build-up from the beginning of Mocktown to that moment, and because that nigga's been talking shit about dreams and being a bitch, and then like he's like, die Mugiwara, and Luffy's like, you asked if I knew how to throw a punch. You hear him crack his knuckles, and then that nigga charges him, and then you just see him do this. He's like, oh, you just see this nigga floored. Literally, and honestly, am I the only one who questioned it? I looked down and I was like, that does not look like a punch. Like, when you see the way Luffy ends it in his hands like this, that means he connected what that would look like. That means, well, I don't know if I'm using the right hand, but he means he would have had to connect, drip down, and then go like this. That's what he did. It's like he did a zigzag hit, and that's retarded. It means that nigga just like laid him out and then just brought his arm back up, which is retarded as fuck. Mind you, you're a rubber band, so you can do it, but that, I mean, if you really think about the logistics, that was precise perfectly. Because you had to time that. You couldn't just do this. Because there was no layup. He literally just did it quick. Fuck. That was great. Fucking great. Because I was so happy when I saw that. I mean, and on top of that, that nigga's fist was indented in his face. That means that was one of the hardest punches Luffy threw. To the point where he broke that nigga's face. It was retarded. I was like, damn. Gone, man. Fucking done. Fucking beautiful. Oh, shit. I'm serious. That was great. I think the next best Luffy punch would probably be the fucking Tenryubito punch, purely just because the Tenryubito punch is literally a punch that was so epic that nigga decided, like, cause you can see the scene where you see Papa Gubs it's like Mugiwara no, and he runs up on him and and the dude tries to shoot him and Luffy dodged the bullet, which he didn't have to do, but he dodged the bullet and then ran up on the side and hit that nigga so hard that the screen froze for about a few seconds. That's how hard he hit that nigga. And I was like, yes, fucking right, cause I hate them motherfuckers. It was so many great moments in anime. Like I can even take stuff for Durarara. The scene where there's a few of them, but I think the one I'm gonna really talk about is where she was like, maybe I could finally get rid of all this anger and all this stress and all this rage and shit. And he just starts going ham on the group of the Psychic zombies, which if you've never seen Durarara, you don't know what I mean by that. But the Psychic dudes, the Psychic drones, and he's just like running through them niggas, and they're in a park of all places, and he's just wrecking niggas. It was great. Honestly, I gotta even address Zatchbell. Zatchbell has some great fucking moments. One of my favorite moments is probably still the episode 4 and 5 moments, which are to me like my favorite fucking moments. One of my favorite moments, which is the scene where they kind of start learning about the Momoto battles and Brago and Sherry in their house, and like Kyo starts kind of feeling bad because he realizes that he's been like treating Zatch like shit and he hasn't done anything for Zatch. And it's such a great bonding moment. I still love that shit in English. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about the dub of Zatch, but I fucking love that moment. Because he's like, it's like the scene like Kyo refuses to give away the book, so like they have Brago use Gravity Ray on him, so he's on the fucking ground, he can't get up, and Zatch runs up over there and tries like, just give him the book. You don't even like me, so if you give him the book, I'll go away and I won't have to bother you anymore. And so you see Kyo lift his hand up, and you think he's gonna give him the book, and he knocks Zatch's hand out of the way. He's like, okay, I got you. I hear you, buddy. I'm sorry I said all those mean things to you. You don't bring me trouble. You help me to see what I am and what I can become. Like, I can almost quote that entire damn sequence. It was great. And it was like, and it was just good. It was a good moment just for their characters. On top of, you could just see his development. Like when Kyo's kind of going through the fucking motions, explaining how Zatch helped him. It's like, I don't know what your problem was when all this started, but for me, my problems may not seem that much, but they were still pretty bad. He's like, I didn't have any friends because of the way I used to act, but thanks to Zatch, that started to change. And it's like, it was great. And then on top of that, you hear Brago just like, Brago likes to shoot down Zatch, and this is back when Zatch was still kind of a bitch about it. And he kind of like, and you start crying because he used Gravity Ray on Zatch too. And he just felt bad and shit. And fucking, you hear Kyo come out of the background like, I thought I told you to leave my friend alone. And they start coaxing each other up to fight, and then like so they break through the damn spell, and it's like, all right, we're gonna use our strongest spell. Mind you, they're in Zatch's house, they're in Kyo's house, so it's like, fuck me, you about to wreck my house with this bullshit. And you see them in the corner as I think it's like called Graviton or something. He's Graviton, and like you see the thing taking up like the entire fucking room, and then you see the corner of it, and you see Brago like, what the fuck? Because can't talk. The book is glowing. He's like, Sakura! And you're like, oh shit! You see this massive explosion, and then all of a sudden you see fucking Kyo grabbing Sherry's hair, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Because if you've seen the episode, you know that he got like retardedly injured before that. So the fact that he was able to use Zakir to not only counter the move, but to run through that shit and pass Brago and grab Sherry's hair, it was like done. Fucking done. Fucking great moments. Fucking great. Oh, I love that shit. That was just too many beast moments. I mean, people always ask, why do people rush Shonen over Sinning? It's like, oh, Sinning has deeper plot. Sinning has dark characters, but I don't get hype off of Sinning like this. This is the shit. Mind you, there's Sinning that can kick ass, but Shonen, that's my shit. I run up and see niggas get punched in the face, these epic ass speeches and shit. That's what I live for. That is great. That is fucking great. I mean, Sinning has their moments, but fucking Shonen, that's inspiring as fuck. When you like 10 and you see all this epic shit, and Naruto's really connected with me when I heard that shit. Choji's, I think I correlate with because obviously I'm a little heavy set, so I really connected with Choji's too. Even Rock Lee, like just cool fucking moments. And I haven't even mentioned any of the badass Zoro moments. You know how many fucking badass Zoro moments I'm here all fucking day? Jesus. Oh, fucking, I love anime. I love anime. Just great hype moments. You get you so excited when to like get you like in Hajime no Ippo. Oh my god, like first time watching Hajime no Ippo, almost every fight I was getting really into it. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but I was just really excited every time I saw a fight. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. I mean, people always go like, why don't you watch the mysteries or some romance? I'm like, listen, those animes are cool, but the fights are what get me hyped and kind of remind me what I really like about what I like about Shonen. I love the fact that you can mix epic morals with fights, because you get this mishmash of like the greatest fucking marriage ever. Also, just as a side note, one other moment I want to mention, Shujin Punch. That's all I gotta fucking say. That moment was great, because that nigga was bad mouthing psycho. You see Shujin come out the side, and all you see is like that nigga's face and his fist coming at the same speed. And the next scene, that nigga's just flying back. And I'm like, alright, done. Fucking done. Like I think that was episode 8 of the first season. I was like, yeah, we finished. We finished. And I guess for one Zoro moment that I really, really like, actually a couple of Zoro, I like a lot of Zoro moments. The first one would probably be when he ran up on the Tenryubito. The other one is probably the Kuma moment, which I thought was beast as fuck. Hell, even his earlier shit, like when he was carrying Luffy with that stab in his wound, and back then they really showed the blood. Like there's a scene where he's walking, he has like the wound coming out, and you just see the blood splatter on the screen. You're like, wow, that's some hardcore shit. Like he's fighting Kabaji. He's like, do you think this gives me a handicap? Well, if that's the case, then take your best shot. But I think my favorite Zoro moment is probably the Mihawk after he loses against Mihawk. He's like, I'm sorry, Luffy. I know you needed the strongest crew in the world. I let you down. I promise from this day forward, never to lose again. Not until we reach the day where I beat him and take his title. Is that okay? King of the Pirates! Mind you, I even like the 4Kids version of it where he's just like, I will never lose again. It was just great. Fucking great. I'm just fanboy. It was just a lot of great scenes in anime. And I want everyone to put responses for their favorite scenes, favorite moments, any anime. Does not matter what genre, any anime, put it in the description. Your favorite hype moments, moments where you got out your seat, you were like, yes! Even like the holy what the fuck scenes, because they're hype moments. That got you excited, even if it wasn't for like necessarily because you were like getting ready for a fight. Maybe it was just like some epic ass moment, some ridiculous moment or some shit. Put it in the description. Just fucking put it in the description. Video responses, anything is welcome. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry if this is way longer than what I intended to, but that's what happens when I get carried on about random shit. And fucking anime, man. It's fucking great. Fucking great. Yeah. Life's a game. Play to win. Peace.